Hi guys, welcome back to Wild Vlogs, where we'll talk about all things wildlife and all things filmmaking. And I'm back to my favourite little coppice, Pyle's Coppice, where we investigated the warblers on its fringes last week, and I'm amidst the bluebells, and this is a great place to see bluebells. Slightly on the turn now, won't be long before they've disappeared for another year, and I'm enjoying a bit of green bathing, this wonderful low sunshine. I'm here early, cutting through the oak, the poplar, the lime and the beech trees. And I get to meet my muntjac stag again, only briefly, but he was here, a little less full of hormones, a little bit more quiet today, but an absolute joy that again, just like last time really, he wasn't really aware of my presence. It's always a joy to enter a wild space and have the wildlife carry on around you as they would normally. Above me there were birds noticing my presence, but really far too occupied at the moment to be bothered by me. These are little birds. These are mostly members of the tit family because they are well underway trying to find food for their chicks. Just about now the eggs have hatched, and that leads me neatly onto the base of this wonderful oak tree. Yes, this is the little nest that was alluded to in last week's vlog. The base of this oak is a coal tits nest, and they're one of the few birds that actually nest in holes in the ground, literally. Generally at the base of trees, amongst the roots there. I decided to leave my camera in place and go for a walk, just to let them see the kits and get used to it. And I could hear the toot sweet behind me, so I'm guessing they were active, and sure enough, as you can see, still underway here feeding chicks. But I went for a wander. I was going to graduate my introduction to them, just to make them comfortable with my presence, and first off was going to be the kit, the camera, so just leaving that there, and off I go for my wander. And really now time to enjoy what's left of these beautiful wild blooms here in this incredible deciduous woodland. And I love it when I see these guys. These are greater stitchwort, and they really set off the bluebells. You tend to find them interspersed with the blue blooms, and they're so delicate, such fine stems. It's a wonder how they can hold themselves up. Absolute glorious little flower. Wonderful to see the light still coming through these leaves. They still have an element of transparency to them, because as you know, heading into summer these will go dark green and they lose that sort of stained glass quality. But it's wonderful just to bathe in this ambience and the tricks that the light plays off these leaves and onto the ground, and just really can relieve yourself of all kinds of stress. And this plant, this flower in particular, I haven't seen since I was a small boy. And this is a member of the dead nettle family. You might recognise these leaves as looking very nettle-like. Well, they are a relative of the stinging nettle, but they have these wonderful yellow flowers detailed with orange, beckoning pollinators in, and certainly no stings to them. But they will site themselves very cleverly. They will site themselves amongst the real deal. So you'll often find them sitting amongst the genuine article, the stinging nettles. Very clever little bit of evolution there. Well, heading back now, heading towards my oak with the coal tits, I passed this wonderful example on the fringes of the coppice, and did notice that a lot of the leaves have this burnt orange appearance. Now again, these leaves still haven't got their full dose, their full quota, if you want, of chlorophyll. So you're seeing leaves much like you would have seen them in autumn, where they take the chlorophyll out, but now they still haven't put all the chlorophyll back in to the leaves. And also saw these apparitions floating around the edges of the branches there, quite moth-like. On closer inspection, it suddenly dawned on me that these must be green longhorn moths, sometimes known as fairy moths. These are competing males, and are one of the few diurnal moths we have, and they hang around. This is their larval food plant, the oak. Hang around competing with each other and looking for females. Any passing female, they'll pounce on her, and there'll be a bit of mid-air courtship and mating. But just look at the extent, the length of those antennae, up to 4 times the length of the body. Incredible stuff. A joy to see. These guys are appearing earlier and earlier these days. It must be something to do with climate change, I guess. Heading back now to my coal tits nest, and I've bumped into a few of these guys. And this is another moth's larva. This is the winter moth flies from I think probably October to January, and this is its larva. These feed on deciduous leaves, mostly oak, and they will often balloon themselves, as has this one, on a piece of silk. Now that's either to try and find, if they can, through the breeze through the trees, another food plant, another food tree, or to escape predation. It's one of their go-to ways of escaping the attentions, and this is the crucial part of the tit family. So those little guys we saw above us are looking for these little guys, and often they will throw themselves off the leaves rather than being eaten. But if you didn't have the abundance, and my word, there is plenty of them, if you didn't have the abundance of these caterpillars, then the tit families would really suffer, because it's the mainstay of the food that they feed their chicks. Talking of which, now I'm back at my coal tits nest, and they seem very comfortable with my camera, and I've sighted it in a few different places in and around the hole over the last few minutes, and got some lovely shots. It's great to see this wonderful pair of parent birds diving into the ground. As I say, it's one of the few species where you'll see literally these birds flying into the ground. Love this shot, the fact that the bird comes into the foreground, out of focal range, and then into focal range when it goes towards the hole, and does a nice little turnaround as well. Couldn't have asked for that, but so grateful that it happened. Decided then to use my GH5 for a bit of a bigger sensor, and just to deal with the kind of exposure problems we're having in this dark area where the nest is, or the nest hole is. Nice to see one of the birds there living with a very large fecal sac, and that tells me that these chicks are getting on in size and probably won't be too far from fledging now. Then decided to use the GH5 in a wider angle sense, hopefully trying to catch the whole perch, which is over on the right hand side, the holly branch perch and nest hole in one frame. And lo and behold, wow, it worked perfectly. The bird came in and was caught by a ray of sun, as you can see, and quite happily sat there just for a short while. Little flutter of the wings. Very pleased with that, couldn't have asked for more. And then we get the wonderful flight, there we go, to the hole. Well, no better way, I don't think, to finish vlog 23. Hopefully some of you will be able to get out a little bit wider afield now, and maybe like me enjoy a little piece of woodland like this. And do try and find some natural spaces that aren't predominated by other people, not just because of the current situation, but because it is the best way to enjoy nature, to let nature invade your world rather than you invade it. You absorb it all in, take it all in, and bathe in this lovely light green foliage that we're having at the moment. So between now and next weekend and vlog 24, please keep safe, take care, and goodbye.